Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. At your mama crib ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta bitch change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Ah, damn, my knee.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I think I finally got that shit done. I think.
Until you play a game to turn around and get much more shit.
My team just jumped to a 77 overall.
Oh, that's not bad.
Because they're not just started it? Yeah, ain't bad.
Let me go ahead and send you a game invite.
Yeah, you can.
I got a question for us to send it. Do you want to go for game skill? Do you want to do pro or all pro?
I don't care.
I like going with all pro just because it gives me a little bit more of a challenge and you're not always going to catch the ball all the time. But if you go pro, 90% of the time you will catch the ball. I like doing little challenges. Just sent you the thing.
You gotta give me a second because it's like, there it is.
Yeah, I know. Oh, for some reason, me and your shit's always fucking stupid.
God, there's so much shit on here now.
Wait, what?
On the Ultimate Team shit? Yeah, leave Ultimate Team. Fuck. Alright, perfect. Get this, get this. Get this.
There you are. Gotta wait till you pick your team. Don't know what. That's your playbook. I don't have the black helmets. Oh, they don't have black helmets. I think it's the black jerseys.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy.
There we go.
GG on my belt.
Always loved the black jerseys.
For my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Get it by myself. I could get it by myself.
Is that what you're going with?
Feel like ginger from
Yep.
Aces up my sleeve. Right
Oops. It's only gonna hurt the first time.
Huh?
I said it's only gonna hurt the first time.
It's gonna be this is gonna be the funniest game ever, I guarantee it. Cause we both don't know what the fuck we're doing.
You both gonna be sitting here going, what the fuck was that? That's not the fucking play I picked. I thought that was a fucking run. Shit.
It turned into a run to a pass play. Like, what the fuck?
We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze.
Oh.
They're set to go as their
Didn't even
Eagles
flip a
will
coin.
match up
That's fucked
with
up.
the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, don't look at me. I had it where I kicked.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
He's like, I'm not touching this shit.
Not that far back. You must be out your fucking mind.
Let's go. Ready? Number 53. Mike 53. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
It's out of time. It's out of time. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Jab. 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 Slam.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is met in his
I was trying to flip the fucking play to go the other way and it wouldn't
The
fucking
tally
flip it. I'm
there,
like, what the
minus
fuck?
2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I hate when
Play
that
right
shit
there to
happens.
stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he won't be close
What the
to a
fuck did I
first
just
down
say?
as he runs into a wall
don't
right
know.
around the
Okay.
line of scrimmage.
I guess
so
it's a
on
kick.
4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
long night.
Throwing his Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz.
Really?
10 yards there and an
Really?
Eagle first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses.
Harrison Smith all
because when
over
you
that
can have
fucking
that type
ball,
of
and
a
it just
game
magically
in the
goes
middle
through
of
his
their
hands right
defense,
into yours.
It hurts them in so many ways because
I don't see that
most
shit.
teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
Ertz has
fuck,
it left side. That throw good for 4. It's
Trying to cut
second
it on the
down.
inside, but
I
didn't.
don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now...
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Oh, what the fuck? It switched over to the damn defender and fucking pulled forward instead of fucking the guy closest to the quarterback.
As his guys are able to strike first
That
here in this opening quarter.
He's straight fucking.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning into his bench, and he's telling his
blitz the
team,
fucking
this is
quarterback
how
and
we
switch to a
prepare.
guy that's
Force
right
the
there,
punt, go
and what to
downfield and
do?
score. I
Switch
told
to
you guys,
defender
just
and
like
take
a
him off.
boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what
Come on, I hit the fucking button to throw it.
Fletcher Cox,
Get the fuck
former
out of
Mississippi
here.
State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the
Doesn't
sack.
take that goddamn long from the time I hit the button to throw the fucking ball.
like that,
Oh,
I fire
shit.
it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Throwing, Cousins.
Come on, throw the fucking ball, dude.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot
All
of
fucking
coaches.
day, I've
and
been
they
hitting the
talk about things
goddamn
they want to
button,
accomplish
and he
offensively.
They wouldn't release the
I'm not sure
ball.
that sack and sack
I'm like,
are
come
on their
on.
play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Cousins.
There it goes.
Goddamn, throw it.
He backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Fucking horseshit.
McLeod that time able to knock it away.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities.
Straight
But that's the
fucking
last thing his
horseshit.
team wants to have happen, right? The last
Hit
thing
the
you
fucking
want to
button
see
from the
is your
second I
punter
stop the
feeling
damn
pretty good
play
because
action.
he's
He's
out there all the
standing there.
time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing.
Oh, this time you throw it without.
Popped in the air and intercepted.
It was like a punt.
Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll
This
actually
time, as soon as I hit the
lose 6
fucking
yards
button,
on
he
the
throws
return.
it.
But I
But
don't think
the
they
entire
got
fucking
the
time,
football
I'm
back.
trying to throw the fucking ball.
He wouldn't throw
He's
it.
just standing there with it. Yeah. And the one time I'm trying to fucking, like, I don't know, maybe possibly get it out in time, it fucking throws it instantly. I'm like,
After
you
the
fucking
INT,
shit.
here's Wentz. Over the middle,
shit,
it's
that hit hard.
complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw
Of
there
course
on
give him
first down.
9
He
there.
located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two.
Hey,
Wasn't
hey,
able to do that
they're
there, but
fucking
still good
smoking balls.
yardage. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Oh, what the? Oh,
How?
He took that
Jim, I thought you had it.
What a grab.
wait.
A gain there of 21
Yeah, I thought
yards.
you had it.
What a catch and one-handed.
What the
and
fuck?
I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I
Fucking
should.
Xavier Rhodes.
How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip.
Oh,
And
bullshit!
it's intercepted. Picked
It's
up
all
by
right.
the
He's
former
taking fucking
first-rounder
forever to get his
Trey
ass up off the
Waynes. And a
ground.
big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Fucking Christ.
Brandon, this is why golfers do
Here.
their best
Don't
to
touch me
never
so I
count a
can get
score
you
in their
down, you
head
fucking
before the
idiot.
ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception.
What the hell were you doing, Ham? There's a guy right there in your fucking face, and you just run by it.
Derek Barnett. On second down. It's caught.
I didn't hit the
And
spin
a short
button.
gain here as he gets it up only to about the
Watch
6.
this. Just all of a sudden he
Two runs in a
spins.
row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I don't even know what the spin button
Down
is.
stuff to put this offense in a precarious position.
It pops
You know
up as an
securing
O.
the point of attack.
I was hitting the
These
X
big body guys in
speed
the middle of
boost.
this D has got to be priority 1.
On third
Okay,
down,
X is the speed burst?
Cousins.
No.
Time to his left.
Why did he do
Goes
that?
down, it's a sack.
Were you trying to run it? Or were you actually
Back
trying to
at his
throw it?
own 3-yard line.
I was trying to
Derek
fucking
Barnett
throw
able
it.
to maneuver in for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace.
And from their own end zone,
Oh,
it's a fake.
Throw it!
But he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on
Oh,
downs.
Damn,
fucking
that was-
done.
Anytime a fake doesn't work,
How does he
we usually
pump fake
focus our
if I'm
attention
hitting
on
the goddamn
guys
button
that
to
were
throw it?
unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Oh, my
Educated on
fucking
their
God.
toes and getting a
I
big
thought pump fake
stop.
was a triangle button or something.
The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. They go
Here,
back
let me
to the
open
air
up the
here
fucking
after the
hole for
INT
you.
on the
Shit.
last drive. And this is caught.
Just give it to you. Fuck.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Take this shit.
Deshaun Jackson there to make the grab. And the Eagles able to
Fucking
push
try to throw the
further out in
goddamn
front.
button, but no.
And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right.
No
That
one's
was timed
blocking
up
me,
so
but somehow I
well.
get
The route,
thrown into the
throw,
fucking offensive line all of a sudden.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the
I don't
touchdown,
understand how
here's
it's like you're
Elliott
having
on to
troubles
kick
with
it
it, but
away.
I'm doing just fine. What the hell's up with that?
I don't
This is
know, but
taken
how
about
many
7
times have
yards
you seen
deep.
Kirk Cousins pull back to throw the fucking football, and all of a sudden he doesn't throw the
And a
fucking
good effort
football?
on the return there. Gets him
Never.
across the
CJ
30
Ham,
to the
CJ Ham
33-yard
for
line.
instance. I mean, fucking Christ. Not once was I trying to do pump fake with CJ Ham. I was just trying to throw the fucking ball away. And then you pump fakes instead.
Here are the Vikings now
All
to
of a
start
sudden,
their next
fucking
drive. Already
Calvin
down 2
Cook's doing
touchdowns here in
spin
the
moves
first half.
at the
This becomes a
line.
pretty
You're going
important
around
drive,
them,
doesn't
throwing
it?
them
It certainly
back down.
does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those
I
scripts
had
go
no clue
between
what I
12
just
and
picked,
24,
so
25 plays.
we'll play it by ear.
Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay
Oh,
with
it's a
it.
fucking
I don't think
fake.
they'll abandon it just yet
say,
and
what the
try and
hell?
generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
At least I'm
6
getting
yards there
positive
off the
yards
scramble,
with
but
him
it'll
running.
still
Fuck.
leave him with a 3rd down.
Oh, yes, this is what the good ones do. He used his legs to buy a little bit more time rolling to his left, and at one point, he flipped the switch from passer to runner, and he
Okay,
got a pretty
shut
good
up and
gain
get
out
up
of
on
it.
the line. Fuck.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And
Oh,
that is
come on.
incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into
Dude's
the game,
wide
these are
open.
kind
How
of
the
throws
fuck
gotta
you
hit.
going?
He's wide open right
How the
there.
hell did he miss
Gotta be able
that?
to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. To throw, Cousins. Going deep for Diggs.
Oh, come on. 3 of my guys there, and not a fucking one of them put their hands up. But
Certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to
One
take
guy.
over in great field position.
Number was it 14 or 41? 14. No, look.
Yeah, Diggs.
Damn.
He's the only one that went up for it. Johnson never even turned around to try and grab it. But it's supposed to be on fucking All-Pro, huh?
Uh-huh.
I know pros that'll fucking turn around and dive for shit like that, but not on here.
Yeah.
A first carry now for Jordan
Oh,
Howard.
shit.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's go, D.
On the give, running right is Howard.
Damn, again.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Wins.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills.
Why did you go back in there? I'm pushing forward. He jumps back and grabs the fucking ball.
Yeah, the Vikings will take over.
If I remember correctly, I think triangle is
But the thing is, I was running away from it so it could go out of the end zone, and he automatically shot back and caught it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Come on, where's all my passing icons go?
Derek Barnett
They
able
all
to get
fucking
in there for his
disappeared.
second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line,
his own fault for hanging on to the fucking ball.
It's been demonstrated time and time again.
What the hell was that?
That was walled up in the air.
Incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take
I'm not even
shot,
pushing backwards, and he's falling backwards and throws the
Charles
fucking
got to like
ball.
what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Okay. Oh, now you want to fall.
But he threw it to the wrong.
Picked off by Ronald Darby, and they will take.
I'll give you the fucking win. I'm fucking done with this shit. I'm steady hitting the goddamn button. He doesn't throw it until all my receivers stop. Then he throws it right to your guy. He didn't even attempt to throw it to.
Maybe we should have done just regular pro. All pro.
82 overall. There's no reason why he can't fucking accuracy or no acceleration. I'm not understanding how he's not.
Not throwing the ball like he's supposed to.
95 in play action, but yet he can't throw the fucking ball for any goddamn reason. Throwing under pressure is an 89, but he doesn't throw the fucking ball. Throwing on the run is an 81, and yet he threw it like completely fucked. Deep throws an 87. Medium throws an 85. Short throw 92, and he couldn't hit a goddamn single target short.
That's just stupid.
Dalvin Cook's got an overall of 90 with the speed of 91. And I couldn't get him fucking running for nothing. Thiel's a 91, Diggs a 93, and yet I couldn't get them to catch a goddamn pass. Let's see, 95 and 92 in catching, 92, 94 short routes, 90 and 93 in medium routes, 88 for Thielen and 93 in fucking Diggs in deep routes. Catching traffic. Diggs has a 91, Thielen has a 90, but yet neither one of them can catch a goddamn ball. 95 on spectacular catches. 93 and 89 on release, but they couldn't get away from anyone. Let's see. William Reese is 71. Fucking Eflin's is 72. That's what was killing me, my offensive line.
Why? What was your offensive line?
Let's see. Brian O'Neill was a 75. My right guard's a 72. My center is a 77. My left guard is a 72, and my left tackle is a 71. This is fucking blocking. Alright, let's see. Alright, so left tackle 73 in pass block. Why the fuck did you start all the way back over, you fucking dick?
But what I don't understand, you had a higher overall rating than I did.
And my guys wouldn't throw the fucking ball. I mean, how many times did you see his arm go back right before while I was getting sacked? And the ball would never fucking leave his fucking hand.
Like he was just sitting there like a damn idiot.
CJ Ham, I hit the throw button, he was pump fake instead of throwing it. I already had the latest roster, but I guarantee you that's not the latest fucking roster, Woods.
No, they won't put in the latest rosters until the new season starts.
It was just not making sense. My defensive line couldn't get past your offensive line. Didn't matter who it was or any goddamn thing.
Yeah. I was wondering if I did something wrong when I set up the damn game.
No. The game just fucking hates me. I always go through this shit. Whenever I play someone else for some fucking reason, my guys won't do a goddamn thing, ever.
That's fucking retarded.
I play the fucking computer all goddamn day on any fucking level and just destroy them. But as soon as I play someone else, my guys just don't want to throw the fucking ball. They don't want to run for shit. And I'm like, how? Connor watched me play one time on one of the older Maddens. The game actually told me to stop scoring because I was going to break the game.
Really?
Yeah, I had it on easy mode just fucking around, and I scored like 226 fucking points.
I wonder if that would be different if we played it on a regular mode. Because all pro is hard. And just regular pro is just normal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I can play the computer in normal Madden, and I'll be just fine.
But when you play online, it's all different.
So whenever I play with someone else, they just like shit the fucking bed. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, we'll do this.
What?
Create new franchise.
No, because if you do that, it means you'll be doing a franchise game.
Yes, but what we can do is we can both be on it, play the franchise. Well, not even on the same team. We should be able to pick two different teams.
Ah. Wait, is that even possible?
I'm about to find out.
On a franchise?
I'm about to find out.
Okay. I didn't think anything like that would actually be possible. But then again, what if you started the game instead of me creating it? I don't know anything about the franchise. The only thing I remember about franchise is that you play the season games all the way to the Super Bowl. That's the only thing I remember about the franchise games. Unless they changed that too.
Oh, that's what I'm looking into.
This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft.
Alright. So we'll go all pro level. The league name is Leprechaun 7699. And the password is Leps.
The story if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it.
Now where do I gotta go to?
Hey, give me a second, I'm trying to... I think I gotta create the league first, and then I can shoot out invites.
You should go with regular pro instead of all pro. At least make it a normal game, so with it being a hard, we won't have all that issues.
Alright, let's see. Alright, I'll take it down to pro.
I think that's what happened when we played the game. I put it to all pro, and 90% of the time you don't catch the balls and shit happens and all that fucking stupid shit.
Ah, there it is. Invite user. Invite. New invite. Let's see where
Incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials.
Alright, just sent you a league invite.
I just had to let you know.
Why to a franchise? I just clicked on it. Leprechaun. Accept.
Select the team you want to join.
You'll probably have to select your team and how you want your...
Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to
settings and
change
stuff like
roles
that.
or adjust options, use the tiles on the left.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am the king of the pawn. Hop on the jet cause a road. I guess the board is my homie. There's so many mil. Cause bird in my dome like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell. It's a vessel alone.
So what, I gotta play all these games until I get to you, then I play you or something?
Yeah, you're basically playing your... It's almost like you're playing the franchise by yourself. Okay, but instead, both of us are playing in the same franchise to see who can get to the... Since I'm the Vikings and you're the Eagles.
To see if we can, which one can get to the Super Bowl?
Right. We'll probably face each other in the fucking playoffs. And then the winner will go to the Super Bowl and play the Super Bowl. The catch is you can't go past the week that I'm on. So if I'm on week 2 and you finish, and I played my week, or I played my week 1 game, but I haven't played my week 2 game, you can play your week 2 game, but you can't play your week 3 game until I play my week 2 game. So we go each week, we do together. This way someone doesn't get all the way to the end, and we're sitting there trying to figure out. It doesn't let you do that because they throw like big old fucking glitches in the system.
Oh, if you was gonna do it that way, why didn't you do the draft settings so we could draft players too?
Do you want to do that? We can back out and do another one.
Oh hell yeah, do that! I'd love doing the draft because I just love doing that shit.
I'm with you. Let's see if I can.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom real quick. But I got you some cheeses instead. Yeah. Huh? Here, give me that so I can open it up for you. Okay. Oh, no, you did. You already started doing what?
Yeah, I've already done it. I'm about to.
Give me a second. I'm mixing out this french fries. Sorry, what? What's that? Oh, that game? Is it a game? Is it for the PS4 though? Girl, you remember the name of it? You don't remember the name of it?
Alright. Because we both know the draft's going to take a minute, I shot you an invite to the league. I'm going to step out and smoke. Come back in and then we'll do the draft. Alright?
Alright. Well, good. Other means I can do what I got to do with my daughter real quick then.
Exactly. Alright. I want you to know what I'm about.
Yep. quick. You have it back. I just want to reflect that. Pokemon.
Yeah. One up and out this magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I'm loving for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my bros, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I'm in this magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, different crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Yeah, done out my problems, let me but I'm in this magic. With the game, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to you say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Seems over, but they teach pretty damn good. Trying to cheese dip. First of the month, I'm a running back. Same day, why I'm a running back. Friday, payday, running back. Running back, running back, running back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Running back, running back, running back.
And all these trips I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I'm tired of complaining, I gotta bitch change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packing nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Don't gotta be off each store. Got locks, I got some trusted shoes. Okay, 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a creature. Receipts in my pocket. They come with a coupon.
So are you ready? You still need a little time.
No, I'm ready.
Alright.
Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles
Press
or
the
adjust
button.
options, use the tiles on the left.
Start playing.
Check out Mike Giver, one foul, just to tell her it's one now. How come I need rest, no recess?
That will start the draft. Yes, it did. Sweet. Oh, fuck you!
What?
You got first round pick, number 27.
Yeah.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Oh, you're right behind me, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game.
Oh, you got 2 picks. Oh, it didn't give me my fucking where we made the trade with Buffalo.
Uh-huh.
It didn't give me my 2 first-round draft picks. It only gave me my 1 draft pick.
Damn, really?
Yeah. You got 2 picks in the first round.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Oh, guess not. Second round, pick 3. I guess it's snaking it. I didn't even see who the hell you picked.
Julius Jones. Yeah, thank
Julio
you.
Jones? Yeah.
Carson Wentz.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
They don't show who you picked, does it?
Nah, not yet. I picked left tackle and Christian
The
McCaffrey.
Vikings are now on the clock.
I'd made my selection. Oh, it's me again?
Yeah, it's round 3. You again.
Oh, fuck.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
You guys think that gets one pick?
I just picked up AJ Green.
There you go.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
No, back on the clock.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got the lose.
Just picked up
When it's
Bell.
all
Vikings
on the
are
line,
now
Le'Veon
on
Bell.
the clock.
come on. I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me. No conversation, ain't got time for no debating.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
No hesitation. Don't try my patience. Boy, I went for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Dallas Cowboys picked up Tom Brady. What the fuck?
Fucking fingers, right?
It does.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh? Ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Just picked up Antonio Gage,
but I
tight
would
end.
trade with you. Early, I'm up.
There you go.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. I come to bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. We putting live from the winning side. Where they try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never
The Vikings are now on the clock.
hit it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew come.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
Lace up my shoes, chase W's, great color coops. Oh no, I couldn't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed if you can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Leave it in the street, case on the news.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Picked up Alshon Jeffrey.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Just wanna be her for your mom to your pops to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off in the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, someone let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah, and it feel like yeah.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad error. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Man, can't ball like this, man, Lord. Pass the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no fives and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her blame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the
The Eagles are now on the clock.
16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I got my second quarterback, Nick Foles. I don't know why, but I had to pick Nick Foles as my second string quarterback.
That's all right. I haven't even started drafting a fucking quarterback yet.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
And tell your daddy, tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. Me tell your mama and tell your daddy, I tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
I tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the
He picked up Joe Flacco.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
He's one of the best of the fucking ones left.
Damn, Dallas Cowboys got Clay Matthews. What the fuck?
Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Big Snoop Dogg. It's in the game.
already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh? Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, I'm in the
The Eagles are now on the clock.
ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, pull on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, I'm in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. This ain't you switch, you won't give it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hate cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They elevated us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cars, ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, I'm ready to switch,
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show 'em skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. What's next? Just start the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it, how about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, your pop, and your projects. Pain driven, itchy, drumming. Hey, look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Pain built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man on me, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, diamond out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry
The Vikings are now on the clock.
treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Just be 10 steps instead. Snooze, so I can't lose, ready, rest or I'm bad. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah. First off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your
The Eagles are now on the clock.
blessing after testing, I'ma show 'em skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show 'em skills. Yeah.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the lines in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Diamonds, he the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bets, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Put both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going bigger. Postmates how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
And she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the out the bosses.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was saying
The Eagles are now on the clock.
cause I going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I P-Lo, time to bring the bass burn.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock.
Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look
The
like
Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Underlay, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You said that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play
I wonder if the computer will pick for me because I gotta use the restroom.
Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
The time runs
The
out.
Vikings are now on the clock.
I'll be right back, man.
Yep.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Oh, well. Who the fuck did they pick?
Sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting getting beat down. Couldn't eat and watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. With state prop, you looking bleak now. I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the cool, it wasn't true. I know it's true, cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a shell shank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan Gold Tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a shell shank.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, Mello. This be the green light, go. Ties burn the pavement. People wanna know what makes Posse Dave win.
Still here, still in your ear with a stop so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, ahead, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred.
Meaning credentials.
Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls
in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter rock, turn it up, we giving a show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a
fool?
close encounter of what kind?
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we'll move it all
Simultaneously over joints and rock.
We earn
30 years, so you can say we got
3 turns.
Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
We installed doubt in you and your yes men.
And if the game had veins, we'll insert
Upheaval the ground.
Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowd. You ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a close
fool?
encounter of what kind?
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Turn it up, y'all beat the flow.
Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving a show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you talking
fuel?
about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's a close
fool?
encounter of what kind?
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
It's the young, credible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, credible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence.
Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. At any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within. I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soaking it. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their optics, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my
You there?
premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The
You there?
brainwash gotta make
Yeah, I'm
your
here.
own
Come on.
decision. My word is
Okay,
James
it will
Bond,
not
I
draft
stay
for
on
you
the
if
mission,
time runs
coming
out,
for
so I
the top
paused the
position,
draft.
ain't no competition, man.
I found
All
out the
up in
hard
top
way
is
because it
missing,
skipped
the
mine.
opposition ain't.
So
All
you
that lane
ready?
switching, this is what
Yeah.
the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I am a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell, as a vessel alone.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Women like think you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. The hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part. I'm LeBron. News of the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS another loss. GPS another loss. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. BBS company. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they. No, they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Determination, laser focus. Banging on they. No, they taking notice.
The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
I just got bags from Prada.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. You better call back up. I'm running me down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash and love to spin.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
But intent on down to win. I can't feel bad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the leg out. One phone call, get it dead stop. I
I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play it down to get it. Talk about that, come slide on with it. Better see me now on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent on down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Honey, I dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Honey, I dash, honey, I dash, honey, I dash, honey, I dash, yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when attack like damage. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Jump in the stands, no man, man, oh devil the hands. Thought they could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash, honey y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. There's no need in keeping it low key. I can cover the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making a game. I hear a lot of trash talk. You call us up making a name. I put on the jets, the coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young
The Vikings are now on the clock.
I take all proof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Got it on, smash, foot in the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yeah. Up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
We gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, daylight lights, camera action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong.
Tripper, come here.
I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life.
Hey, what the hell you want me to do? I like to play fucking Lucian, but hey.
All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have? Look in the mirror now.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
For him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Had to watch for the J's. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get on out my problems, let me. When I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do?
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Look in the mirror now, feeling like a savage. Tell my son
I forget, how many rounds are in the damn draft?
Well, in this one, we're drafting our entire fucking team, so it's gonna be a lot. Oh, I know what I'm doing now.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bag. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking, right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that. But a NASDAQ, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's
the Eagles are now on the clock.
Man, when it come back, I'ma give it back. My bad when the check hit the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like who's that knocking at my window? They say that
okay.
money, I'm like 10 for. That's gonna make you up like a limbo. She said she not a she and
The Vikings are now on the clock.
it's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bag. You ain't get too bad, my bag. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
What the fuck? Did I miss another one?
Don't know.
I guess I did.
The Eagles are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Vikings are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy,
Okay.
on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but
The Vikings are now on the clock.
thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
What the hell?
What?
You already picked?
Yeah.
Damn, that was quick.
I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve. Right before I leave, that's that like I'm Eno. Think I'm part Italian. Blame that on Gino. It smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish he's well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no
Should be about done.
Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
By myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold.
The Vikings are now on the clock.
Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up, getting thick, so I put it on display. Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another sale. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself.
Oh, that was the end of it.
Okay.
I could get it by myself.
All right.
I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Now, do you want to actually play the preseason or go straight to the week? I don't mind doing preseason.
That's fine. We'll do preseason.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls,
All right.
they love and hate me the same.
I have to go eat dinner. This just got done.
Alright. You go ahead and eat
You got
dinner,
your-
and I'll play my first preseason game.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got the weekly training, work on your offense, defensive game plan, shit like that, and then you got the preseason game, and the 15-minute quarter. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Alright, I'll be back shortly.
Alright.
They want to keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket, don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football.
Coach, the city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Philadelphia Eagles. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Carson Wentz in his fourth season now out of North Dakota State, ready to bring out this Eagles offense. And he's had to sit and watch Nick Foles under center during Philly's last two playoff runs. So health will be a key for Wentz in 2019, no doubt.
Go. 20! 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Got his man, that's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Wentz to throw, and it's complete to Antonio Gates. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Quickly now a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Let's see what you got.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he's got his target. It's Vernon Davis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Again, it's Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Lynch. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The starting defense for the Titans.
As Darius Slay continues to improve at the cornerback position, he may live up to his own nickname as the Slaymaker.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So it'll remain to be seen how many drives this unit gets in, this being the preseason. But here they start with 3 points.
Yeah, I don't know that we'll actually see them anymore. They got 3 points on the board, 1 drive here in preseason. In this game, baseball caps, NFL approved, of course, for everyone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And now we get a peek at the Titan offense.
At the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. And the defense now for the Eagles.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Block now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. In his own end zone, it's Wentz. Looking downfield for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Jones has it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball, a rather exclusive club, and one we talk about all the time. In football, puts you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The tight end Gates, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Wentz. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. They dialed up the pressure and got to him.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And this is going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now Sproles. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. To throw is Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Locke. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Tennessee getting the 1st down on a big play of 18 yards. On 1st down, Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Joe Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Ready.
The first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Locke to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down a sack back at the 16-yard line. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
Damn it.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now Locke. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense. It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the blitz coming, and down he goes.
Where the fuck did that come from?
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action sack. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Barber on 1st and 10. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. second down, Barber. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
This goes to Barber, the running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. First touch of the game here for Benny Cunningham. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Titans have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Titan defense getting set now, coming back onto the field. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that...
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time this unit was out here, a costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Foles. And that one complete to Marshawn Lynch. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Watch the run, watch the run.
First down, the run with Lynch. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Lynch running the counter. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
Fucking bullshit!
And he's going to be driven down. Dietrich Wise Jr. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
On second down now, it's Barber. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Here's Barkley. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
What the fuck?
I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's just running the ball 101 because too much east-west, not enough north-south. Got to get upfield, don't you?
They just kept stringing him out before he knew it. He'd hit the sideline. On second down, it's Barber. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Titans on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Barkley, and able to find Curley. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
They go back to the ground this time.
Oh, shit!
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's Peyton Barber that polishes it all off with a touchdown scamper. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Vernon Davis, 72 yards. As his guys are back within a single score. And that is how you retaliate. After getting scored on one play, big pass downfield, and you hit the end zone.
Almost feels like 2 boxers just throwing haymakers at each other, doesn't it? One connects with a big one, the other comes right back. Okay, I'll show you. And they attacked right back on the first play of the drive and hit them big.
Extra point good by Prater. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
They'll run on first down. Barber trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. On second down now, it's Barber. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Barkley, that's taken in by the tight end Perkins. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Finds his target. It's Bellamy.
Bullshit.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Bull fucking shit.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Ah, damn it.
Joshua Perkins there to make the grab. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one.
Barkley's pass complete to Joshua Perkins. Touchdown, Tennessee. Will Lutz lining up for the point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it falls in.
Oh, shit, how the hell did he outrun my guy?
Intercepted.
God damn it.
Would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Well, they should have already said, punt it, Punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Let's go. 8, read.
Throwing on first down. Barkley. And his throw here is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. First down, Titans, gain of 12. On first and 10, Barkley. Curley's got it, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. He's got it complete to Perkins. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Barkley. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Barkley. He's got it complete to Perkins. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From the gun, Barkley. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15.
Bullshit.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. And it's caught in the end zone.
Come on!
Tennessee. Jeremy Curley, as the first half is winding down, and the Titans are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Foles. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The carry for Barber. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Barkley. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
Let's go.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Foles.
Bullshit!
To escape, and he goes
fucking hit square.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
He completes it to Bryant. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Foles. And his pass incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop hit. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out.
God damn it, what the fuck?
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
On first down, Barkley, and caught by Curley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Barkley able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, they go with Barber again. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Running is Barber. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one a first.